Did you know that what you choose for breakfast might be sabotaging your energy and mood? That's right. While many people start the day with bread, sugary juices, and cereals, few realize that these choices could be the source of unexpected fatigue, lack of focus, and even sudden mood swings. In this video, we'll uncover how breakfast, an apparently innocent moment, could be ruining your day, and more importantly, how you can turn this meal into a secret for better health, longevity, and disease prevention. If you're curious to find out what might be going wrong and what to do to enjoy a lighter, more productive day, get ready because this content is made for you. The impact of a savory breakfast. Who would have thought that a simple savory breakfast could revolutionize your day? Jesse and Chosp, a health and nutrition expert, argues that starting the day with a protein-rich, low-sugar meal does more than just satisfy hunger. It helps keep blood sugar levels under control. This seemingly simple detail can be the key for those seeking not just more energy throughout the day, but also surprising emotional stability. Imagine swapping out a sweet pastry for scrambled eggs or creamy avocado with a pinch of salt. It might seem small, but your body will thank you in ways that only those who try can understand. When we think of a typical breakfast, what comes to mind? Maybe bread, sugary cereals, or even some fruit with granola. But Chos suggests that these habits might be the culprit behind our energy highs and lows. Opting for a savory, protein-based breakfast helps you avoid those glucose spikes that leave you feeling sluggish later, as if you're running out of steam. This shift helps keep your body more stable and can even boost your mood. Many people notice the difference within just a few days of trying it. And it's not just personal experience that supports this, there's science behind it. Studies show that morning meals high in protein and low in simple carbs keep the glycemic index lower, providing a steadier energy flow throughout the day. In practical terms, instead of a bread and jelly breakfast, why not try an omelet with spinach? Studies show that this choice can even reduce the risk of developing metabolic diseases over time. Health, nutrition, and longevity, it all starts with breakfast. Want to incorporate this into your routine? Try something simple. Swap bread for cottage cheese, add a few slices of turkey breast, or even have a portion of Greek yogurt with nuts. These choices help keep glucose levels more stable and give you that rare boost to tackle the day. This change in your morning routine could be a preventive step against the metabolic diseases that so many people face. After all, taking care of your health starts in the first hours of the day. But do you know the difference between glucose and fructose and the impact each has on our body? Understanding glucose and fructose. Glucose and fructose may seem like twin sisters in the sugar world, but they actually behave quite differently in our bodies. Dr. Gundry and Jesse and Chosp explain that glucose alone can be metabolized more efficiently, especially compared to the common combination of glucose and fructose found in sugary snacks. Ever thought about that cereal bar loaded with corn syrup? That's the kind of food where mixing these sugars complicates things. They emphasize that consuming glucose alone helps avoid the intense glucose spikes that lead to energy imbalances throughout the day. But why does this difference matter? Here's the simplified version. While glucose is quickly absorbed and used by the body for energy, fructose requires more processing, mainly by the liver. This process can produce byproducts that, over time, harm the body, increasing the risk of insulin resistance and even liver disease. So, when thinking about a snack, how about choosing something closer to nature? A handful of nuts, for instance, is an excellent choice that provides energy without that heavy sugar mix. It's interesting to note that scientific studies confirm this difference. A study published in the journal Diabetes Care found that people who consume excess fructose, especially combined with glucose, are more prone to develop inflammation in the body. Science, therefore, backs what health experts suggest. Moderating fructose and prioritizing natural sources of glucose, like fresh fruit in moderate amounts, is a strategic step for long-term health. Applying this in real life can be simpler than it seems. Instead of a smoothie packed with fruit juice, try a snack with veggies like carrot and cucumber sticks. This type of snack is light and lowers the glycemic impact of sugary mixtures, promoting energy and longevity. Small swaps like these are essential for healthy eating and preventing metabolism-related diseases. Now, do you know how to manage glucose levels? Jesse has a few tips that can transform the way you manage glucose, keeping your energy up. Let's take a look at this innovative approach. Tips for glucose management. Jesse and Chausk has developed a method that feels almost magical for those wanting to keep their glucose levels in check. The Glucose Goddess Method. Imagine having simple strategies at your fingertips that fit seamlessly into your daily routine, but have a huge impact on your health and disease prevention. One of her tricks is to start meals with vegetables. That's it. This small detail makes a big difference because it helps create a barrier in the stomach, slowing down carbohydrate absorption and avoiding those glucose spikes that leave us feeling drained. How about a quick green salad before lunch? Another powerful tip is to add a dash of vinegar before meals. Studies show that vinegar can slow down the rate at which sugar enters the bloodstream, helping the body process the meal more effectively. Here, a spoonful of apple cider vinegar mixed in water before eating could be the difference between feeling full of energy or sluggish right after your meal. It's the kind of trick that seems insignificant, but when repeated, contributes greatly to healthy and balanced eating. Additionally, moving after meals is a strategy Jesse enthusiastically highlights. Walking, stretching, or even going up a few flights of stairs after eating helps direct glucose toward the muscles instead of letting it accumulate in the bloodstream. The great thing is it doesn't have to be intense exercise. A light walk around the house or a quick dance to your favorite song is enough to reap these benefits. It's all practical, yet highly effective for maintaining health and longevity. Studies back up these practices. In research published in the Journal of Endocrinology and Metabolism, scientists observed that short, 15-minute walks after meals significantly reduce glucose spikes in people with insulin resistance. So, science supports these seemingly simple tips, which have a profound impact on our energy and well-being. Nothing like science and practical habits working hand in hand, right? These strategies are like superpowers for health. But why do some cultures, like the French, seem not to need them and still enjoy good health? Get ready to dive into the famous French paradox and uncover some secrets from our French friends. The French paradox. Have you ever wondered why the French seem so healthy despite enjoying bread, cheese, and wine? This intriguing phenomenon is known as the French paradox and has piqued the curiosity of many researchers. While other countries struggle with high rates of metabolic issues, the French maintain robust health. The answer seems to lie in their lifestyle habits. Instead of turning to processed foods, they prioritize fresh, minimally processed ingredients. And there's more. They eat slowly, in good company, savoring each bite. It's a seemingly simple lifestyle, but it makes all the difference. This habit of gathering around the table isn't just cultural. It's a strategy that reduces impulsive eating. When we eat slowly, our bodies have time to process and recognize satiety, preventing overeating and promoting healthier eating habits. And eating with others reinforces this. There's a social rhythm that naturally helps us avoid excess. Give it a try. At your next meal, eat slowly, savor every bite, and see how it impacts the way you feel afterward. A little French style in our day-to-day can't hurt anyone. Another fascinating aspect of the French paradox is their avoidance of seed oils. They prefer butter, olive oil, and other natural fats, while many of us overuse oils like soybean and canola, which may be linked to inflammation and even weight gain. These processed vegetable oils sneak into our diets, hidden in processed and ready-to-eat foods. Choosing simple olive oil for cooking can be a much healthier option and is worth considering for our longevity. And now, let's take a closer look at two notorious enemies of health: the effects of processed foods and artificial sweeteners. Processed foods and artificial sweeteners may seem convenient, but their impact on our health is concerning. Dr. Gundry and Jesse explain that while these products are practical, they're packed with ingredients our bodies don't always recognize or process well. While natural foods work like an orchestra in harmony with our bodies, processed foods are like out-of-tune music, creating internal confusion and, over time, imbalances. Swapping a sugar-loaded cookie for a piece of fruit or a handful of nuts might seem small, but this change makes a huge difference for those aiming for longevity and disease prevention. Now, when it comes to artificial sweeteners, things get even more complex. Many are marketed as healthy alternatives to sugar, but not all are harmless. Allulose, for instance, is a sweetener that even has positive effects on glucose control. However, many others can disrupt the gut and, over time, affect metabolism. Even with allulose, it's better to prioritize a balanced diet without excessive use of synthetic substitutes. After all, what nature offers us is already perfectly suited to our needs. Scientific research also confirms these effects. In a study published in the journal Nutrition, researchers found that diets high in processed foods increase the risk of chronic inflammation, harming cardiovascular health and elevating risks for metabolic diseases. The human body isn't designed to handle so many artificial additives, and inflammation is a natural defense response that becomes problematic when constant. This is why it's so important to choose whole foods that work in harmony with the body, promoting true health. In daily life, small swaps make a big difference. Instead of a diet soda with artificial sweeteners, why not try sparkling water with a few drops of lemon? It may seem simple, but this change eliminates the impact of additives and artificial sweeteners that can harm your body. And if you're looking for a snack, reach for fresh fruits or vegetables. These little changes add up, supporting a healthier diet. But do you know what happens when glucose levels remain high frequently? Topic 6. Insulin resistance and metabolic flexibility. Insulin resistance is a stealthy problem that significantly impacts our health. Dr. Gundry warns that frequent glucose spikes make the body less sensitive to insulin, the hormone responsible for regulating blood sugar levels. Think of it like a fire alarm that goes off so often that people in the building stop reacting. Similarly, the body starts ignoring insulin, leading to accumulated glucose in the bloodstream and paving the way for metabolic diseases. The first step to reversing this? Reduce the intake of foods that cause these frequent spikes. When the body doesn't respond well to insulin, it also loses something called metabolic flexibility, the ability to switch between different energy sources like fat and glucose. In other words, the body gets stuck in glucose-burning mode, making it harder to use fat as fuel. For healthy eating, it's crucial for the body to regain this flexibility because it aids fat burning and prevents excess sugar buildup in the blood. The good news is that dietary changes, like reducing refined sugars, help restore this natural ability. Science supports this too. In a study published in the Journal of Clinical Investigation, researchers found that people who maintain metabolic flexibility tend to have a lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular issues. Metabolic flexibility acts like a buffer system for the body, helping to avoid extremes and better adapt to dietary variations. This is yet another reason to adopt a diet focused on natural, nutrient-rich foods that support this adaptability. Practical examples? Try starting your day with foods that don't spike glucose, like eggs or avocado, instead of a sweet pastry or fruit juice. At lunch, go for proteins and vegetables that keep glucose levels more stable, avoiding foods high in simple carbohydrates. Maintaining good health and a flexible metabolism may seem challenging, but with these tips, it's clear that control is in our hands. Now, imagine the power of a breakfast that aligns with all of this from the very start of the day. Just imagine how you can transform your health by taking that first step right at breakfast. What will your first swap be? Did any new options catch your attention? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. And if you're ready to go even further, don't miss the next content, where we'll explore how even a single vegetable can start to unclog your arteries in just a few days. So, you know what to do. Click the screen and continue this journey with us. That's it for today's video. Take care and see you next time.